Over 4 years ago, I created this Fiverr account with the ultimate goal to get orders and earn money from making content. That goal didn't go to plan at all. I got barely any impressions, and the only messages I was getting were scams. But then skip ahead a few years and the impressions exploded. And I ended up getting not only my first Fiverr order, but my first 20, to the point where I'm now sat at a level 2 seller. So what changed? How did I get these orders? And how can you do the same to get your first Fiverr order? So let's rewind and go back to the start. Because I was brand new to Fiverr, these gigs weren't that good, to say the least. They were very half-assed. I'm pretty sure I just set up a couple that were around video editing. For example, I will edit your YouTube video, and it basically just got no impressions, didn't get any messages at all. It was like a wasteland in there. So this just kind of built this thing in my head, this limiting belief, Fiverr just isn't worth the time. And I think a lot of new Fiverr users think this way. You're just tired of staring at that 0 orders, 0 progress dashboard. You start kind of reinforcing it to yourself that this is never going to happen, as I probably did. Left uni, got a job and everything like that, and kind of never really went back to it. Then in late 2025, I went freelance. I decided to leave my job and give it a shot working for myself. So I went back on Fiverr and decided to level up my gigs again. But this time, I decided to go away from just solely video editing gigs to presenting on camera gigs. One thing that really helped me looking back on it is being more specific in my gig titles. I decided to set them up almost so they're going after specific audiences, because I did realize from my last experience that there are thousands of people on Fiverr and other platforms who are advertising video editing. Just look at the thousands and thousands of people across the world offering this service. So I set up my main presenting on camera gig, and I decided to center it around being authentic on camera. I also decided to level up my videos on these gigs as well, and really kind of go overboard on making it specific. And I think this is the main thing that helped my account go from 0 orders and just spam messages to loads of messages and loads of orders. I also structured my pricing in a way that was almost as cheap as I could go at the bottom. So in this basic pricing for my main gig, I decided to put it down to 15 seconds so that I could put the price right down. This means when it shows on like the Fiverr homepage, it says starting from and then that price. So I made these gigs with the videos on for a few different things. One was for editing video adverts, I think. One was for editing YouTube videos. One I think was maybe repurposing content or something like that. But the one that really took off was that presenting to camera one. I got many good reviews, and the work kind of started from there. Even clients reached out to me on that gig wanting something else as well. So that would help me get reviews on other gigs even better. But I think my advice would be to anyone, set up your gigs in multiple different areas around what you do and target it to specific kind of audiences that you want to reach. They'll be searching for something in their niche and you'll pop up way high. Get a video on there of you talking about what you're going to do and showing off your skills. Set your pricing, at least at the start, very low, but have it a really simple task you can do in like half an hour anyway. This will just help you get the clients in, and then you can move to the bigger projects. Fiverr is a long game when you start, and it can be very frustrating. You might not receive your first order and legit messages from clients for weeks or months after you set these up. Just keep going, and when you get those first messages from clients, make sure to be as helpful as possible, and if you get your first order, make sure you go above and beyond. There are loads of people on that platform that just want to keep repeat buying. As much as you may look at me now and think, oh, I want to get there, I want to have 20 plus orders, I'm still at the very beginning of learning how to do this, and I'm open to any advice from anyone who's above me or even behind me in this process. Now, the problem is sometimes though, is not every client is the nicest. Very early in my freelance journey, I came across a really rude client. Watch this video right here to see what they did, how I dealt with it, maybe how you can look out for that in the future. And hit subscribe to follow my journey to 10K a month as a video creator. And we can help each other get there.